This game has always looked interesting to me. And so, I'm going to try it out. I don't really know anything about it except that you dive underwater and explore. And how long to beat tells me that it takes between 2 and 4 hours to play, which is perfect. I might be able to complete this in one sitting. We'll see. But yeah, let's just get right into it, shall we? Hello, festive Yetionics. You are Speed, yeah. Although you are not Speed the artist, as far as I know, unless you are. You're not the epic Speed, but you are Speed in getting here so fast. Your PC couldn't start it? Sorry to hear that. I know almost nothing about this game except that you swim around in gorgeous underwater locales and the music is wonderful. Yeah, that's how I got this. I'm playing this thanks to Epic Games. Dive. Okay, so you just hold this button to swim. Oh. Reverse y-axis controls, I see. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. That's a big fish. Can I kind of control this? Maybe? Oops. Come on, computer. There we go. Wow. There's something about a kelp forest that's just really, really intriguing. Actually, can I ride that thing again? So I just hold on to the fish. Okay. Wherever the fish decides to go. Maybe I can try to, like, steer it or something. Oh, man. The inverted y-axis is... it's tripping me up a little bit. I might need to, swim pitch. Yeah, pitch is the, if you imagine an airplane with these two fingers as the wings, it's this. So yeah, let's make that normal, shall we? And then yaw is the side to side, which I'm fine with. Cool. Alright. Alright, that feels more natural. Alright. Wait, what the? Let me... I guess inverted is what I'm used to. Okay. Like a robot of some kind? So the game started with inverted controls and inverted camera. I didn't realize that I was used to the inverted camera but not the inverted controls. So I have normal swim controls and inverted camera control. That's what, for whatever reason, that's what feels most natural to me right now for this particular game. Sometimes it changes. I guess I have a robot companion now. That's fun. There's something special about this that, like, we see mostly green here, but I'm wondering if there's something about this. Oh, there is. Are those sword fish? What? Yeah, I don't know how deep you can go. Okay, that's the way I went already. Oh, there's another one. Hawksbill sea turtle. Oh, I can go deeper down there. Okay. There you go. Don't know what that means. Huh. Huh. All right. Excellent. Ooh. Hold on. Okay, it's just kind of like a general wider expanse. Oh wait, I did hear that you can do something like this. And that the camera kind of like, you know, pans out to allow you to do that sort of, what is that, an Aeolian roll or something? So some fun little swimming maneuvers. I'm not sure how I feel about this ominous sounding music. Oh boy. I don't know what's happening. It looks and sounds really great. I just don't know exactly what's happening. Yet, anyway. So I'm in water, but it looks like that's water down there as well. I don't understand. Oh, can I not? Oh, that's so weird. I'm getting strong Journey vibes from this. Okay. Alright. It's not great. Wait, what? Have I lost my robot thing? What the? Shork. Ooh, this is fun. That's pretty good pacing in this game. Like, we just went through like a slow and kind of like freaky little section, and now we're going through this exciting and fun place with like dolphins and everything. Sea animals are great. I don't know what getting to these schools of fish mean, but the game's rewarding me for it somehow. Wow, this is really open. I see a cave over there, though. Huh. We're meditating on the Shork statue. Oh, another robot friend. Oh, there's a cave there, I just noticed. What the? What? Oh. Ooh, another current. That's cool. We got another one. It looks wonderful, yeah. Okay, there seems to be a total of 4 of those then. Oh. Interesting. What's going on with this school of fish? Fishnado. Is that the way it came? Ah, I see. There's another gate. I also love the how reactive the how responsive the music is as well. It takes some skill to be able to write music and program it so that it feels seamless for regardless of how the player plays. What is this? I feel like that's what I've been saying pretty much every single section here. The chain. Some suspenseful strings there. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. It seems like basically anytime there's like a big fish or creature, you can ride it. That's fabulous. I'm always a fan of games that, even if there's only a moment or two in the whole game, where they let you just sort of like sit and rest and take things, kind of like take things in for a moment. This game has, like, some games focus on that more than others. This is definitely one of them, and I like that. Ooh. I'm sure there are a bunch of secrets that I'm missing in this playthrough. But like with many other games I play, my goal... Lionfish. Interesting. My goal is to complete the game and enjoy it on its own terms, rather than try to 100% it. Just, well, enjoy it on my own terms, and rather than try to 100% it. Is that another meditation statue? I see another shark. Okay. So we're following this shark this whole time. I feel like maybe the sharks are like a some kind of symbol or sacred animal, sacred creature to the people that this diver it belongs to. Ah, yes. We come to another one. A third out of 4, I believe. Those be whale sharks, I think. Yeah, they seem to be whale sharks. They look like such happy boys. it still kind of boggles my mind that there seems to be water within water. I don't quite understand that. Whale sharks are great. Ooh. Big boyo. What the? I was worried for a second. Wait, what? Oh gosh, that's not good. Goblin Shark. Anglerfish. What the? You helped our shark buddy. Oh, I see like squids, smokestacks, jellyfish. Ooh, nice. Ah, mm. Oh boy. Yeah, it's quite tight. You're having lots of thoughts about this. Oh. The triangle thing's like in the core of the person. So was this character manufactured somehow? Ah! What? Yeah, this game is nice gameplay, deep lore questions. Ah! Ah! I'm having difficulty with depth perception. Ah! Nope. Hello? I guess I can't turn around. Hi, Rybeen. You came just in time for this. Wow. Rather devastating moment of ABZU. Okay, so our character does seem to be some kind of robot. Late as usual. What was all that? This is ABZU, not Subnautica. It's quite unfortunate. It's really more of an exploration game, kind of like Journey. Oops. Very pretty indeed. Small game. The How Long to Beat website says that you can beat this game in about 2 hours. Probably. I don't know if I'm close. At one point I thought I was. I've been playing this for about an hour already. I'm not 100% sure. More in depth with this story. Haha. I need to open that door somehow. It's also possible that a lot of the story is intentionally vague. What are dinosaur bones doing here? Interesting. The fish? No. The only hostility we've come across are, at least earlier, was technological something or other. Just making sharks. I don't know. I see those things and like more sea creatures appear. I need to go up there somehow. Yep, from Epic Games. There we go. I have an Android phone. I wasn't aware that there were new emojis, but I mean, I barely use the emojis we already have, so I'm not too worried about that. Ooh, another current. I might be more worried if you use cringe emojis unironically. Fast swims. Yep. Every message will now have an emoji. Okay. I believe that should open up the gate, yes? Yeah, probably. Trying to kill it multiple times is just too fast. 4 days? How do you know it's the same one? I mean, I can understand like a fly or something, like a house fly. Those are very fast. Mosquitoes though, like I tend to have an easier time dealing with mosquitoes. So worst case scenario, you got 5 days to go. Ooh, another current. Ooh, these are always fun. I don't think barbed wire is very effective against mosquitoes. Ooh, wow. Ooh, is that like a labyrinth or something? Wow, this is quite the city. Oh, so this is like the place that I kept revisiting, except it's real now. Is this Atlantis? I don't know if it actually is Atlantis, but it certainly looks like it. I think we might be nearing the end. I feel like it anyway. I'm not sure. This feels very end-like, don't you think? What do I do besides gaming? Do you mean like my actual job, or do you mean like what do I do in my free time? Oh, any other hobbies? Well, video games are among my main hobbies. Actually, games in general, games of all kinds. Video games is a big one. Tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. There's that, and then also board games. I have a lot of board games. So, and also I like card games as well. I have an old Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. I also have a card collection of other games as well. There was a Harry Potter card game at one point. My sibling so I have a sibling and I who used to collect. Both of us used to collect cards. I still have my card collection. I even have constructible. So there was a game called the Pirates Constructible Strategy Game, where basically you buy a pack, and in the pack you get like these plastic credit card sized cards, and they're punch out cards, and you assemble the punch outs into pirate ships. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh collection reveal stream. Actually, I might have time, depending on when this ends. I might have time to do that later if you want. The game is all about ocean mythology. It seems that way, doesn't it? Ah, it's the shark. Oh, and now our person is all healed up. Nice. All patched up. I don't collect Pokemon cards actively right now, but every once in a while I might get like a pack just for fun. That's unfortunate. Some got wet. What is this? Okay, this is sounding like an Eric Whitaker piece right here. Ooh, we're destroying the machine. This is sounding very much, yeah, this is sounding a lot like an Eric Whitaker piece. If you ever sang Eric Whitaker songs in choir, in high school choir, or college choir, I don't know. Oh, come on. Having a hard time aiming this. Here we go. Yeah, that's too bad, Rybean. Sorry to hear that. Beyblades, wow. I used to have a Beyblade or two. I'll tell you what, guys. Maybe I'll do like a specific card reveal stream later or whatever. But for you guys, if you guys are interested in seeing my card collection, I did technically do a YouTube video showing this before, but I can show you guys my collection here after I finish this game if you'd like. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to aim this. Yeah. That's unfortunate. One more of those things, I think. Well, maybe maybe that was the fourth one. Well, whether or not something is worth keeping, that depends, right? So, I mean, I suppose if I wanted to, I could sell my Pokemon cards, but I don't want to. I just like having them. Alright. I can talk about the cards a bit more when I get there, but let's see if I can do this jump here. Oh, come on. Okay. So I think I need to do some kind of jump. Oh wow, all these fish are following me? I have the whole ocean as my team. Wow, okay. my gosh. It's a little hard to aim this. Okay. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Pokemon cards are cool, but let's focus on how awesome this is here. Whew. OP jumps, right? Ooh. Okay, that's cool. Oh, come on. Oh, gosh, I got caught in a corner. Oh, dear. That's embarrassing. I was going too fast. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, alright. Sorry, guys. Let's... Perfect. Alright. Ah, yes! Yes! Oh, my gosh. This is, oh man. Now this is power right here. Ugh. Nice. We're terraforming the whole ship. Terraforming underwater, yes, yes. I can control the person, by the way. We did it. Very nice. Took an hour and a half. I think I might have rushed a little bit. I could have explored a little bit more. But, I'm pretty happy with that. Your timing in these streams is impeccable. was here 20 minutes before the ending. This was a relatively short game, to be fair. All about consistency, folks. That's cool they let you control the character during the credits. Nashville Scoring Orchestra. Very cool. So yeah, now they're showing. I think the music is one of the strong points of this game. Yeah, they had a lot of strings there, like you'd expect for an orchestra. London Voices. Okay. Yeah, I've got a full choir: soprano, alto, tenors, no basses, huh? Interesting. If you're talking about Smash Bros. Ultimate, yeah, Smash Bros. Ultimate, that ending that's pretty good. Oh yeah, yeah, I always loved that, especially in Melee. I grew up on, well, I played Melee when I was a teen, so that was really cool. You never beat World of Light? Oh, you're talking about Brawl. Yeah, I mean, that's another good one, too. Subspace Emissary. Really, really cool. We tried Melee, but it's hard. My sibling and I had the hardest time going through all of the... Yeah, I'm not great at it either. My sibling and I had a hard time with some of the challenges in Melee. But we made it a goal to try to beat every single one of them. There's like a whole list of challenges, like challenge matches. And like the very, very last one, the final boss one, that was really hard. But we did it at one point. Like we finally beat it, and we were just like so happy and triumphant, and it was a great moment. It took so many tries too. There you go. So it looks like we have, okay, so chapters, meditate. Okay, so I didn't find half of the meditation statues, but yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's ABZU. Really good. Beautiful game. I give that game a journey out of 10. And by journey, I mean like the video game journey. I gave that game a journey out of 10. That was a great experience. So you guys are interested in looking at... Yeah, good game. It sounds like you guys are interested in looking at my my card collection. So give me a moment to set things up here. I need to switch the stream to just chatting. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, so let's see here. Cards. But yeah, let me switch over to change the switch the Twitch thing. Edit. Here we go. Double Dash was fun, definitely. Okay. So, that is figured out. Very cool. So let me, so give me a moment to, I really need to take some time to like figure out scenes and stuff. Because this is the only scene I have right now. There we go. Okay. So, give me a moment. I'll be back with some cards. So this is actually going to take a few trips. So I hope you'll pardon me for that. Cool. So hold on. There are a few card-related things that, if you guys want, I can show you. All right. I've been pardoned. Nice. So you guys are talking about more Nintendo games. Yeah. So yeah, the game consoles that I've done are I guess I don't need these. The game consoles that I've done are I started with SNES, then I went on to GameCube, then I kind of skipped over to GameCube, and then Wii. I skipped the Wii U, and I'm now on Switch. So, all right. So this is my big TCG binder that I've had for probably over a decade or so. I'm not sure what the best way to show all this to you guys is. I might need to just like take out the pages and show them to you guys one at a time. So first of all, I have this. This kind of like holds a bunch of Pokemon card game and actually not just Pokemon. I have a bunch of trading card game stuff in here, like the rule book, also the Harry Potter and Digimon. I have that, and a bunch of the like the coin flip things. So all of that in here so that I can always have like the rules and the mats and stuff, although they're pretty old. This is a set of cards here that's kind of like the energy card for the Harry Potter card game. So they're not really anything special. In the Harry Potter trading card game, the energy cards were they were called lessons, and I think I only have So there's Care of Magical Creatures and Charms. I think those are the only two in there. It's just kind of a storage space because they're not anything special. But yeah. But Pokemon, yes. So, like I said, I've never really gone into the more recent Pokemon cards, really. Yeah, there was a Harry Potter trading card game. It's out of print right now, I think. But so Pokemon cards started in the 90s, right? Like I think mid to late 90s. My sibling and I, we were crazy about collecting them. My sibling has a bigger card collection than I do, because I'm a bit older, and I think I grew out of it a bit quicker. But I have since organized all of my cards by set and then alphabetically. So here's the first page here. These are all from the base set, by the way. The very first set that was ever released of the Pokemon trading card game. So this is like the oldest set you can have. There are some Hi Val. I'm not sure. There are other. So not all of these are first edition, but this was certainly like this. This is among the first set of cards that were released. I also looked at the value of my cards. Like if I were to sell them now, what would they be worth? I think my Pokemon card collection right now, on average, is probably about $300 worth if I sold all of it. By the way, this is my first. This is the first rare card that you'll see. This cool Electrode. I really like Electrode. We move on. We have a bunch of these energy cards. I think Fighting and Fire are the most plentiful ones I have. Mainly probably because of the starter deck. I'm really happy about having this foil Hitmonchan here. Oh, cool. And then here I've got my most expensive cards. So this card and this card. These are my two most expensive cards right now. So Holographic, so change your name, what? Holographic Machamp and first edition. Apparently it's only worth, at least from what I could tell, it's generally worth about $9 if I were to sell it. Although it depends on the person and the circumstances. But having arguments about names, I see. But yeah, so this is only worth about $9 because this was the rare card that you got in the base starter set. Sorry, you're heated. It's alright. Not a problem. But yeah, so you, whenever you got the base starter set of the first edition of the cards, you would get this foil holographic Machamp. So this is a bit more common than you might think for a rare holographic card, but I'm still pretty happy to have it. Looks pretty cool. And then this is my most expensive card at $15 for this Imposter Professor Oak. The reason for that, it might be a little bit less, but this is actually first edition. And it's not just because you see this first edition symbol on it, but also there is a defect in the little copyright notice. Yeah, no problem, Rybeen, that's fine. There's a little defect in the copyright notice in here, which was only present in the very, very first printing. So that's how you know. That's one of the ways you know that it's actually first edition, like the first set that was ever printed. Yeah, so Imposter Professor Oak, surprisingly, my most expensive card. All the other ones are probably worth, if I'm lucky, $5. For the more rare ones, maybe like $1 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they're worth more to a certain person. I'm not sure. I looked at I got those prices from a website that buys and sells trading cards. Yeah, Pokemon packs got more expensive. I mean, that happens. You know, that's to be expected. Sorry for the glare there, but yeah, there we go. Now I believe we're getting into the yeah, we're getting into the jungle set now, which was the second set. You can see the little jungle flower symbol down there. That's how you know you're in the jungle set, which came after the base set, of course. So, yeah. I always liked Scyther. I thought Scyther was cool, so I was very happy to have that card. I don't have a lot of stories on most of these cards. They're just kind of like, you know, they're cards I got or traded or played with and things like that. Okay, now we're getting into, actually, I'm very proud of the fact that I have all 3 legendary birds. So I have Articuno there. I believe Moltres is later on, because we're getting into the fossil set now. The fossil set has this this fossil claw symbol. I'm also very happy to have this Ditto card. I think the Ditto card is pretty cool. But yeah, here's Moltres. So Articuno and Moltres. I used to play with them a lot, yeah. That didn't last very long. So I've had these for a lot longer than I've actually played them. Although, you know, if the next time I'm able to appear at a convention in person, especially when I hang out with Global Breakout people, I am planning to bring some of my cards with me to, like, in a deck so I can actually play with them, just to see how well my cards would fare against someone who has newer cards. My guess is I would not do very well, because card games that have been around for years or over a decade or so, they suffer from power creep, right? The newest cards are almost always more powerful than the older cards. So, but yeah, I have reviewed the rules of how to play Pokemon, so I know how to play the game, and yeah. Still, like, surprisingly, the way you play the game, the fundamentals of how the game is played has not really changed at all since I played in the 90s or early 2000s. Oh yeah, here's Zapdos. It's always, camera's always reversed. Zapdos. So I have all 3 legendary birds. I'm very proud of that. Now we're getting into, oh yeah, so you'll see a bunch of repeats, but they'll have this symbol on it. This number 2 symbol. That means the base set again, basically. I do have Yu-Gi-Oh cards in here, and I can show those. I played Yu-Gi-Oh once or twice. I don't have as much of a connection with the Yu-Gi-Oh game as I do with the Pokemon game. But yeah, I have a holographic Brock here, and so we're getting into the gym leaders, the gym leader cards. I really liked the gym leader set. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that you not only get a Voltorb, you get Lieutenant Surge's Voltorb. Not just a Horsey or a Goldeen. You get Misty's Horsey, Misty's Goldeen. So most of my cards are Kanto region. I am Gen 1, Gen 8 trash, basically. I got into Pokemon during Gen 1, the Kanto region. I lost interest around when Johto was big. And then I started getting more interested in Pokemon back when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, or Pokemon Go. So, yeah, I might have a Hoppip somewhere, but that's later. But yeah, we continue with the gym leader cards. Oh, I'm not sure if I showed this side yet. I also like the fact that you can have cards that represent the actual gyms, whether it be like, you know, Brock's gym or like a random narrow gym or something like that. And then we get into the Rocket set. So we finished the first like gym leader set, right? Like Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, and Erica, I think. And now we're getting into the Team Rocket stuff. Now this is kind of cool too, because When you have like the basic first evolution of the Pokemon, it's just Abra, it's just Rattata, it's just Drowsy, it's just Dratini. But when Team Rocket evolves them, you have Dark Kadabra, Dark Machoke, Dark Raticate. Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, I organized these chronologically by set and then alphabetically. I also really like that I have some of these special energy cards. This one is a full heal energy. So you give this energy to a Pokemon and it also heals them as well at the same time. But yeah. Imposter Oak's Revenge. I don't think that's a very expensive card, but yeah. More Team Rocket stuff. Oh yeah, and then down here we start to get into the second half of the gym leaders. I have a Blaine card here. You used to have a few dark cards? Yeah. So I think we're still in the, what's the copyright on these? Yeah, 1999 and to 2000. So we're still in the time where I was actually interested in collecting and, well, more interested as a kid in collecting and playing this game. I have the Fuchsia City Gym right here. Koga's Golbat, Koga's Wheezing, a bunch of Psychic Energies, Sabrina's Abra. More Sabrina, like all of these are Sabrina's Pokemon, apparently. And it continues. I have Sabrina's. So Porygon was always one of my favorite Pokemon as well. I just thought Porygon looked cool, right? Sabrina's Psychic Control, Saffron City Gym. I have a lot of Sabrina stuff. I didn't realize. Viridian City Gym. Okay, now we're getting into the Johto stuff. All right. Literally when you were born. Yeah. So I was like a kid to teenager around this time. So I remember when. So you know how Pokemon. So not Pokemon. You know how Fortnite was banned from schools, right? Probably bought a pack of Pokemon cards in the day you were being born. I mean, I don't know. So you know how Fortnite was banned from schools? I remember Pokemon cards were banned from my school, from my elementary school. Like it was so much of a distraction, and it caused a bunch of problems with students. So they banned. So the big thing. So what Fortnite was like a few years ago, that's like the big craze among kids, or maybe Minecraft or whatever. It was Pokemon cards in like late 90s. I know Pokemon cards were banned multiple times. I just remember like that was the first time that I think it was banned because the Pokemon game started like in the 90s. Anyway, we're getting into like Johto cards. So I still have I think I still collected cards a bit, but I didn't follow the Johto region that much. However, one thing I do like about the new region, and like they have the metal type, like steel type now, which I love steel type Pokemon. So I was pretty excited about that. So let's see, there's that. I don't remember the names of these sets anymore. Oh, here we go. So we're getting into a point where so like. By the way, Alakazam is another one of my favorite Pokemon. One of your jobs banned Clash of Clans because all of us had played instead of focusing on work. Yep. I used to play Clash of Clans. I lost interest though. So some of these cards have like these lines on the sides. The Pokemon card game tried this gimmick where you could actually scan cards for like benefits in some video game of some kind. I don't think that was very long. I think that was kind of short-lived. But there you go. We're getting close to the end of my Pokemon card collection, by the way. Oh yeah, the Mewtwo right there. We're getting into kind of like the point where like, oh, if I like get a Pokemon, like I might get a Pokemon card pack for fun just to see what I open or something like that. Metagross best Steel type though. Bro, we were selling cards at a dealership. There was so much downtime. Okay, now so you'll probably notice like just a big jump in the kinds of like cards that I got. Because again, I skipped a good amount of the Pokemon like thing. So you see like this Impidimp right here. Like we're already in Galar. A nice shiny Sizzlipede card. I thought that was kind of cool. Shiny Durant card. Colossal. Electabuzz up here. Yep. Your boss hated it all. You were playing Clash of Clans. And here's the last of the normal Pokemon pack cards. I guess I don't know. I don't think I have a Hoppip. I guess I don't. But that's not the end of my... I have one page left. Now here's where we get into some special cards. I put all of the promo cards I got on this sheet. So, if you... So you know the first Pokemon movie, the one with Mew go clashing against Mewtwo and all of that. They made a 3D remake of it. So I remember seeing the original 2D animation Pokemon movie in theaters, and when you go to see that movie in theaters, they give you this card. This is probably one of my favorite cards that I have. I don't think it's particularly rare or expensive. It might be, for all I know. But, yeah, the best movie. Best for last, exactly. So, yeah, these are like promo cards that I got. But in any case, I was always very intrigued by this card. And this card actually never appeared in that first movie, right? It appeared in, like, the second or third movie, I believe. And you can see it's kind of like this weird, like, this weird code all around it. And so you kind of had to, like, they had this thing where you had to go to a store to figure it out and whatever. So as a kid, I liked puzzles and codes and whatever. And so I tried to figure it out myself. But you can actually go online and Google it now. And I figured it out. So essentially, this Mew card has 30 hit points. It has one psychic move called Psych. It requires 2 psychic energy, does 40 attack damage. Retreat cost is 2. Yeah, I love the back of it. Really cool. And this card actually appears in like the second movie or something like that, where you have like Lugia and the legendary birds and whatever. Yeah, this is like very unique. It's meant to be some kind of like ancient card or something. And then like there's also, and it's like its weakness to psychic. This little bit of text right here says new species, little cat or evil. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with having that ancient Mew card. Let's see what other promo cards do I have. So yeah, Entei. That was a promo card from like another movie, I think. Meryl. Mew. So you can see like this little promo star kind of thing. Another Mewtwo, a Pikachu, another Pikachu. Ooh, yeah. So this one Pikachu card is really cool because it has a a shiny little imprint of WB. Kids WB presents Pokemon the first movie. So I think that's kind of cool. Then we have Team Rocket's Meowth. In the middle there. And let's see. I'm not sure where I got this Poplio from. And also, to kind of close it all off, I have a handful of Japanese cards for some reason. This one is kind of weird because this Koga's coughing is kind of weird because it was like a sticker or something. So we kind of like put it on the back of a piece of notebook paper. So I don't know. So yeah, and then there was some other like, and there's some other like Pokemon card that I like made some like unbeatable Pokemon card. But it's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, there you go. Those are my, those are all of my like trading card game Pokemon cards. But the actual like Pokemon cards are not quite done yet. So, not sure if you've ever heard of the Topps Pokemon cards. They kind of look like this. There wasn't like a game associated with it, but it's just like collecting baseball cards, right? What was kind of cool was that there was a certain set of cards that if you got enough of them, they would create some kind of mural. It would make this image right here. So I wasn't able to complete the image, but you can kind of see some of it, like down here. I was able to complete some of the image, but that's what the whole thing would look like. Just like, you know, the major characters and everything. But yeah, I got some of these Topps cards. I got a shiny Firo, as you can see there. A few more Topps cards. A shiny Jigglypuff and a shiny Venomoth. Shiny Arcanine. I'm pretty happy about that one. And a Weepin' Bell. I also like the fact that I have Abracadabra. Oh, I don't have Alakazam, but apparently I have 2 Kadabras, I guess. And then the end of my Pokemon Topps cards. Here we go. I have a few Topps cards that show scenes from the movie, the first Pokemon movie. So we have, oh, oops, upside down. Yeah, so we have like there was a little mini film where before the first movie that had Togepi in it, and all the Pokemon were like in a little daycare park or something. We have Mewtwo capture. We have like the group trying to get to Mewtwo's island underwater, and then Scyther versus Scyther. Jigglypuff got that nasty hitbox in Melee. I mean, yeah. So, that is the end of my Pokemon cards. The bulk of my... Well, so that's the end of my Pokemon cards. But that's not the end of my card collection. Let's get into the Harry Potter card game, shall we? So, I know you probably aren't going to... So, this is what it looked like. Basically, you played a bunch of... with the Squirtle Squad. I think Squirtle's... I don't think... No, so the movie I was talking about didn't have Squirtle Squad in it. I remember that episode in the original anime, though. Yeah, so the Harry Potter trading card game kind of went through. You still have the DVD with that, yeah, nice. The Harry Potter trading card game went through a few sets actually. There was like a Diagon Alley set where you could have cards that represented various shops. But a lot of these are, and like they also have like quotes from the book, like in the italics down there. So that's kind of cool. These were, I think this card game came out before the movies came out, if I'm not mistaken. What year was this? 2002. I think the first Harry Potter movie came out after 2002. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, and also you represented a person. So I have Lee Jordan there in the middle. Like there were potions, there were textbooks, and things like that. And there were spells that you could cast. Let's see, what are some especially cool? Oh, also there was a Quidditch set as well. So you have like quality Quidditch supplies, the book Quidditch Through the Ages. You have some of the weird like monsters from Harry Potter. River Troll, the Standard Book of Spells. I have a few more back here, like a few more beasts. So basically, you kind of like you try to defeat your opponent using various disciplines of magic as a Hogwarts student. So that seems to be the Harry Potter cards that I have. Oh man! So apart from the Pokemon and the Harry Potter card game, my sibling and I were very much into the Digimon card game for a while. We were very much into the Digimon anime, and so we had. So the Harry Potter cards, they came out in 2001, 2002. So I think maybe I'm if I remember correctly, I may be wrong. I think my sibling and I may have gotten into Pokemon, and then we saw the Harry Potter ones. Let's see, the Digimon one came out in 1999. So anyway, I just have these in. What order do I have these in? Man, I do not remember how to play this game, but I can review. I can look it up, I guess. But yeah, I liked Digimon as a kid. Although I never got past the third season of Digimon. I know Digimon went far beyond that and changed a lot. But this is like the OG like Digimon stuff. So I remember most, if not all, of these Digimon showed up in the anime. And I kind of remember what their role was in the anime too, whether they be villains or like some of the heroes. Oh yeah, so I put a bunch of the hero Digimon together, as well as some of the villain Digimon as well. And there were some like action cards and stuff. I used to play Digimon game for PlayStation with your neighbors, and might be the best game you ever played. Yeah, I know there are a lot of Digimon video games out there. Also some Topps cards, so there you go. So now, let's get into my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, I tried Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. I never really got into it, but I ended up with some Yu-Gi-Oh cards anyway. So I've watched the first season of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and I think the concept is pretty cool. I think when I was younger, I was a little freaked out by some of the scarier Yu-Gi-Oh monsters and stuff and artwork. But I mean, I have enough cards to make a Yu-Gi-Oh deck if I wanted to. I think I organized these according to set as well. These are like, oh wow, 1996. Dang. Okay. I don't think any of these are particularly valuable. But I like some of these just because they look cool. For example, I think Mr. Volcano looked really cool. You also have like that one that looks like Link from Legend of Zelda. So, the first season of the anime is hilarious. Agreed. Oh yeah, there's Link right there. Celtic Guardian. See, I don't think. Oh, Time Wizard. I always thought Time Wizard was cool. Yeah, so I'm familiar with a little bit of the history of Yu-Gi-Oh. I know there was a manga, and as part of the manga, there was this card game as one aspect of it, and people seemed to be interested in the card game, and that kind of like turned into the anime, which turned into the card game, and the actual card game, and oh yeah, there's all sorts of weird shenanigans in the anime that just could not fly in an actual Yu-Gi-Oh match. Time Wizard. Time Wizard is one of my favorites. Both in the anime and also just, I think he looks cool in the cards. So yeah, so apart from watching the anime, and by the way, I watched the Yu-Gi-Oh anime like in the past year. It's sort of a nostalgia trip. I do not have a Blue Eyes. I'm sorry. I don't think I have any rare cards. So apart from a few like Celtic Guardian and Time Wizard that have or Change of Heart or something that are brought up in the anime, I don't have any special ones. As far as I know. I could be wrong. You could see some of these and you could tell me that it's a very rare card, but as far as I know, it's not. None of these are particularly like uniquely special. I don't have any of those special dragons. I don't have Dark Magician. I don't have the big ones, really. I think Time Wizard is the closest I've gotten. That's the end of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So yeah, not very impressive, I know. Also, here's a bunch of random ones. I used to be into an anime called Metabots. I did not know that there was a Metabots card game, and I think I bought like one pack, and that's it. I never got into the game. I just got into the anime. But there you go, Metabots. And then some random ones. It's impressive, thank you. I think I have over 100 Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever. And then just some random ones. I don't know where I got some of these. This was from like the TV show Monster Ranchers, which I never really got into actually. I have this. This is one of those like kind of 3D moving cards. about Mario 64, and it kind of gives you some hints on how to deal with Big Boo. Frozen Microwave, hello, welcome. Some people in the stream wanted me to. This is the best stream I've ever watched. Thank you. I mean, I think this kind of stuff is fun, and I've tried to think of ways to play around with stuff like this. I've still got more to show. I'm at the end of this binder, but I've still got more stuff. Your old neighbor had a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, so I was really into Bionicle, like the original Bionicle as a kid. And so I guess there were some cards associated with that. And then finally, I think I collected some baseball cards, and I got this cool shiny Mark McGuire. I remember like in the 90s or something, Mark McGuire was like a big deal. So it's unfortunate, it's a little bent, unfortunately, but I always thought this card was kind of cool. So actually, I got that Mark McGuire card. I think I got it from this thing. So my family and I were in a store, and I found this is a can that had baseball cards in it. I never cared that much about. I mean, I used to play t-ball as a kid. Bionicles were really cool. I think my original Bionicle Lego sets are still at my parents' house. That's where a lot of like my childhood toys are. But yeah, I think I got the Mark McGuire card from this can here. Which, by the way, inside this can is my coin collection. So, there you go. That's the end of the binder, but I still have a few more like card type things that I can share if you guys are interested. Let me just kind of like put this away, make sure I close it without like ruining any of the pages. Some of the pages are already torn apart, to be fair. But yeah, I'm still pretty happy and proud of my collection. I think it's a nice little collection. Best T-ball player NA. I was like a kid. I was like probably 6 or 7 or something, maybe 8 or 9, somewhere around there. Please share. Okay. So, I brought in some boxes earlier. Let me grab those. Actually, no, hold on. Let's see here. So, there's this really cool game that I'm really sad that is out of print. It is called the Pirates Collectible Card Game. No, Pirates Constructible Strategy Game. That's what it's called. Let's see, do I have an example of like a wrapper or something? It might be somewhere else. Hold on. Well, basically, how should I show this? So this is a binder that has the cards of it. So imagine, if you will, a card game where you open up a pack and you get a bunch of stuff that looks like this. It starts with stuff in it. I already punched it out. But you can see on here my favorite board games. That's really hard. I'll share with you one of my favorite board games that is related to trading card games in a little bit. Settlers of Catan? Yeah, Settlers of Catan is cool. But anyway, imagine you know, there's a game that has like these, and this is like hard plastic. Like this is like the same kind of material of a credit card, basically, the same shape and size. But yeah, so there's like ship stats, like how many masts it has, its carrying capacity, and you measure and basically you punch out these pieces, and you use the pieces to construct a little ship like this. And the way that you play with these is you use the sides. You see the white side and the red side here, and you measure how far the ship goes. Oh yeah, I've vaguely heard about Bakugan. I don't know much about it. I've never followed it at all. So my sibling and I loved these things, and my sibling was nice enough to kind of let me keep them after a while. So I have a bunch of these ships, and these ships have different nationalities, and these ships have different nationalities. There were different sets and everything. These are the stats of each ship are stored on these sort of like the card things here, but I have all the ships in these sort of boxes over here, and I've organized them according to faction. So, for example, this box right here contains all the ships I have that are in the Pirates faction. So it goes, kind of, you get like little ships like this, to larger schooners, kind of like this one, to really, really big ones like this. Oh yeah, also, there are some odd things as well. There's a Submarine. I'm pretty happy about that one. And there are also some other different types of ships. Like this is a junk ship, like the kind you'd find from the old, old China or like Southeast Asia kind of thing. So I have several boxes of these. I'm probably not going to show you all of them, but I'll show you some of the more interesting ones. There are also sea monsters. So these sea monsters have their own stats, and they can attack as well. Here's another type of sea monster. You also have some of these ships called galleys, which have oars on them. They can like move a little bit more. Having a very progress time over here. I'm glad, thank you. Let's see what else. I need to move stuff around here. This is so this may look like a Mansion of Madness expansion box, but I've repurposed it to hold all of my a lot of my European ships. So yeah, a couple that are worthy of note here. Actually, so I have a French fort. Oh, darn it. Here we go. Sometimes they fall apart a little bit, but you can easily just like snap it back together. A fort. So yeah, fun stuff. So I got like my British and French ships in here. What else? Oh yeah, so I have a few more in here. I think these are some. I think in here I just have some of my like older ships, so they don't look like spectacular. They're just like more ships. But I think some of these boxes might. Okay, yeah, this has like the Trade Rebellion in it, the Jade Rebellion, which is like Southeast Asia. This is where like most of my junk ships are. Soon may the Wellerman come. So yeah, Jade Rebellion is like the Asian faction, basically. So it has a bunch of these cool... they're called junks. It's not because they're trash. It's like that's the term for them. Junks. And then... I think I just have some ships out just because I wanted them out for something. I don't remember. Then... Let's see here. So in one place I have all of my favorite. I've kept all of my favorite ships in one place. So first of all, a couple of other sea monsters. Check this out. Yeah, there's a couple of sea dragons. Pretty nasty. We have this really cool looking kind of like this really cool looking ship here that has extra mobility. That like some of its stats allow it to have extra mobility. We have here, I think this is called a catamaran or something. It has like this secondary hull out here, which allows it to survive an extra hit without getting damaged. So I think that's a pretty cool design. Then we have a legitimate longship, like Viking ship. Some Ragnirs. Yeah, so I think this is pretty cool. Like this Viking ship's got the oars, got the dragon head kind of thing. And my absolute favorite ship that I have. Well, first of all, I should explain that not only do you have ships, you also have. Hold on. You don't just have ships. You also have like crew and treasure and kind of like these other things to kind of like mix things up a bit. So you kind of see how some of these cards have like an image of a person on it. Hello, Anti-Scarlet Pope, Jesus Lover, 34. So you can have like different crew members and like captains and stuff. And there are captains of various factions. And also, as one might predict, one of the sets made for this game was a Pirates of the Caribbean set. See where, and along with that set came a bunch of like characters as well. I think I've already punched them out, so I can't really show you all that well. But maybe I can. I just need to remember where I put them. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So some of the characters that I had from the Pirates of the Caribbean set. We have Elizabeth Swann, Admiral James Norrington, and I guess that's so. Oh yeah, Tia Dalma. You can't see her picture because it was in this little punch-out thing. But you can essentially attach these characters to ships and give your ships additional abilities. So, and also there's treasure as well. So, I explain that because my absolute favorite ship that I have is kind of a joke ship. It's a Christmas ship. It's called the Sleigh. And this is Captain Whitebeard. So I'm pretty happy with the I got it off of eBay. I'm pretty proud of that. So so yeah, a lot of fun. I have fun with these things sometimes. And then I've stored a lot of the sort of like extra parts in another box. So I haven't showed you treasure yet, or like what the crew people look like. So give me a moment to put some of this away so that I can show you that. So, one of my favorite board games is Millennium Blades, and I'll show you Millennium Blades in a little bit. But I've repurposed this particular box to hold Pirates ship stuff. There we go. So this game is like one of those war games. Like you use it's like a miniatures strategy game. How do you set up the board? Use these things. These are islands. You kind of scatter these islands around, and you put treasure on the islands, and you try to collect treasure and try to sink enemy ships and things like that. But sometimes you can mix things up and flip some of these islands over to get certain kinds of terrain as well, whether it be a reef or maybe a fog bank or a whirlpool, something like that. You can kind of like set up your map however you like. What does treasure look like? These coin things. I like every single pack you get gives you a bunch of these coins, and yeah, so all the coins look the same. They look like this on the front, but on the back there's a number from 1 to 6 or 1 to 7 or something. That's how much it is worth. So naturally there's more 1s and 2s than there are 6s and 7s. A crew member looks like this. There's like a little square with like an image and their name, and also on the back the faction that they belong to. Then I have a bunch of like little rule book packets, and a bunch of these things. Like these are sort of like punch out cards that have no rules on them, no stats, no nothing, just like additional punch out cards so that you can like have all the pieces you need to build all these things. And I think it might be cool to like use some of it as like, you know, trash or junk to get in the way or something. When you get a pack too as well, you get a dice. A 6-sided dice. That's this small. So, yeah, pretty adorable. I love it. You get one, so you get, so every pack you buy, I speak in the present tense. This game is out of print, unfortunately. But you do have, like, you could go on eBay and try to find people who are willing to sell their copies and whatever. There are also a bunch of like pieces of treasure and stuff. So I cut out the little pieces that explain different crew members or treasure and things like that. But every single pack, one pack that costs like $7 or something, that gave you everything you needed for the game, which is kind of cool. Usually a booster pack that's, you know, about that big only gives you a handful of cards, like about 12 cards, and that's not enough to play the game. But one pack of this game gave you 2 ships, the rule book, a handful of islands, a handful of treasure coins, and a dice, and one 6-sided dice, this big. And that's all you need to play the game. Obviously, you know, if you want more things, then you can, you know, collect more, basically, and increase your fleet. So I haven't had much opportunity to play this game a lot, unfortunately, but I'm still pretty happy with the fact that I have this game. At least a lot of pieces of this game. I think it's pretty cool. There was one other thing I wanted to show from this game. What was it? Darn it, I forgot. Oh yeah. You know some of those like fancy, some of those fancy ships that I showed earlier with like the wind catcher and like the catamaran or whatever, and also like those dragon sea monsters. So most ships come in just like cards that are this big, right? Some are so involved that you need one of these, basically. These came in like special packs or something, or a special set of some kind. And so you can see this gave you like most of the pieces, if not all the pieces for Sea Dragon. I think it's mostly because like this piece right here, the wingspan, is probably too big to fit on one normal card. So they kind of like double it up and give you like, you know, one that's like the size of 2 of them, basically. So, yeah, every so often I like to go on eBay and see if I can like buy more of these, because there are some sets that that are not represented at all in my collection. So, and I would like to see if I can change that. So, I mean, I have lots of other card games. Like I have all of the I have all the Star Realms cards that a normal collector would have. I don't have any of the special like Kickstarter exclusives. But Star Realms, that's not really a collectible card game. That's more of that's a deck builder game. I just happen to have all the expansions of it. So, the last sort of collectible card game thing that I have is Millennium Blades. Millennium Blades is technically a board game. All right, and it is a collectible card game simulator. All right, so now there are lots of expansions to this, and I was lucky enough to get all the expansions that are currently available, and I think that are like will ever be available essentially, at least all the major ones. This how do you explain this? Like I said, this game simulates the experience of buying, selling, trading, and competing with a collectible card game. So imagine, if you will, that that you collect and compete with Pokemon cards, or maybe you are a Magic the Gathering player, or a Yu-Gi-Oh player, right? If you're serious about the hobby, like really, really serious, you spend a lot of time and a lot of money to keep up with the meta, right? This is the favorite board game I was talking about earlier. There are lots of other games that I like as well. I'm trying to sort of explain what this is. So again, imagine the experience of, like, you're a Pokemon card game player, or you're a Yu-Gi-Oh card game player, or you're a Magic the Gathering card game player, or some other popular card game. And yeah, you spend all this time, all this money buying booster packs, buying decks, buying sets, making sets, trying to keep up with the meta, basically keeping up with the new expansion, competing in tournaments and that kind of thing. That's months and months of time, and that is hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on how serious you are. Imagine that whole experience in one board game that takes an hour and a half to 2 hours to play. That's what Millennium Blades is. There's also a cool like world, like lore in this game, where if you take the world of Yu-Gi-Oh, where the whole world is consumed by this one card game, kind of take that concept and turn it up to 11, and that's what this is. So, I am fortunate enough to have gotten this convenient box to contain everything. We have the rule book here. So this is not necessarily a collectible card game. This is a game where you and the other players you basically play the role of people who live in a world where you compete with a game called Millennium Blades. All right. There's actually sort of like this duelist guide kind of shows. It gives some of the lore, as well as it shows the various characters that you can play, right? So you got like the cool kid, you got like the artist collector, you got like the online like stockbroker who collects rare cards online, the card shop owner. This is a robot named Power Creep who collects data on like the meta and can manipulate the meta. A pro player. A time traveling, the guy who invented the game, he traveled back in time to introduce the game to the druids of old, and that's kind of how Millennium Blades came to be this big thing in the world. You have an alien who's learning about the power of friendship. You have a cardinal who is like he bans cards and adjudicates the rules. You have this Cthulhu-esque entity named the Card Shark, a lady who does card fusions, a card archaeologist, another pro player, except he's like the serious sponsored pro player, like kind of esports card player or whatever. I have a chef who like mixes up cards, a Native American who kind of like keeps control of who keeps tabs on the magical luck stream. You have a blind Canadian pro player, a rules lawyer player, a lady who's in charge of a corporation, and like a corporation that buys and sells cards, but also she makes really convincing counterfeit cards. You have a pirate ghost who is finally coming back from his 1,000-year ban from Millennium Blades. You have another robot, an AI, who's printing cards and collecting data. And you have basically this version of Exodia. This is Exaltius, an ancient god card entity, essentially. You have like a musician, and you have like that alien character, but from the future. And you have all of these different card sets, essentially. I'll show you what they are in a little bit. 1,000-year ban. What did he do to deserve that? I've read the story of Captain Cheetar. I don't know what he did. It doesn't explain He committed a card crime so grave that he was banned from playing the game for Millennium. That's all it says. So not only is there a cool little story to each of these, they also have their own mechanics, their own thing that they do, whether it be manipulating the meta, or whether it be trading, or whether it be friendship. These names are not subtle. This guy, his name is Dex Aplenty. Cardine Collecta. Fulton Suitcase. These are not subtle names. This is all tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff, which I think is fabulous. It's a lot of fun. So that's the rule book. This is like the sort of play area where you have there are two phases in the game. There's the deck building phase, where fantastic names. There's the deck building phase where that's when you, probably the best part of the game, where you buy and sell cards. You have like 20 minutes. You have a round of 20 real-time minutes to buy, sell, and trade cards to try to get your deck ready for the tournament. And so you have these two different phases, each represented by a different part of the game mat. There are NPCs, so if you collect a certain type of card, you can get points from that NPC. There are places that represent the market and the aftermarket as well. Like every aspect of collecting cards is represented here. So you can buy cards from like the market area, and you can also fuse a bunch of your cards to get like a gold, silver, or bronze promo. And then if you want to sell your cards, they go into the aftermarket. This is kind of like your eBay, your buying cards, like used cards or whatever. That's where collectors go to get cards and stuff. This is the old rule book. So there's just lots of cool things about this game. This is the money of the game. This is literally a stack of bills, kind of like bound by a sticker. This represents one Millennium buck, essentially $1 in the game. Like I think it kind of makes fun of the fact that the card serious, if you're serious about the hobby of collectible card games, it's kind of expensive. So this is like $1, even though it's like 10 little pieces of paper bound into one. But there's like ones, fives, and tens, and you just kind of like, when you buy a card, you kind of like, you count up your money and you just like lay it down and you get your card essentially. Let's see what else. Okay, so this is what a card looks like in the game. There is a base set. This is the back of that card. You'll notice that it kind of looks like a foil booster pack, right? With like the tops and bottoms sealed. It looks like it has its own branding and everything. You flip it over. It is a card within a card. So this is not the card in Millennium Blades. What it is, this card is an abstraction of a card within Millennium Blades. Essentially, so to kind of like simulate the whole experience of buying and selling cards within this card game, there's a bunch of abstraction to it. And there's a lot of like tongue-in-cheek kind of like jokes in it as well. If there's one thing this game is, it is extra. If you notice, so this is the base set right here, all of these. There's like a divider here, like each of these things divides each of the individual sets. These are all the promos. These are all of the different other sets as well. So for example, there is a set called Shonen Leap. Alright, this is what the back of it looks like. And among the different cards that you can get from Shonen Leap is Sadsuke, Strawberry, D. There are also cards that represent deck boxes. You're going to drop out. Thank you very much for being here, Onyx. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Here's the deck box for this set. It's called the Deck Note. Hiatus the Missing Hunter. There's a card literally called Friendship. And Monica Mostar. You want me to show the first card? Sadsuke. So I think that gives a kind of a... Oh, there's a... Let's see. There's a Legend of Zelda set. Like, not actually Legend of Zelda. But, where is it? Oh, here we go. There's a set called Legend of Ta-na-na-na. In this set, you have Princess Helga. The deck box is called Assorted Small Keys. Paperboy. Master Takadis. And Mystic Hero Lincoln. Sadsuke, so it's not Sasuke. The card says Sadsuke as a pun on Sasuke. Oh yeah, Aganamalin Quagmire III as well. That was the Legend of Ta-na-na-na. There's I mean, there's dozens of these kinds of sets. There's another one for Mario, I'm pretty sure. Super Plumber Brothers. Let me try to find that. Here we go. Oh, by the way, also the mechanics of these cards kind of match their theming. So the Legend of Ta-na-na-na is the mechanics of those cards of that set is you get to have more cards in your hand, and you discard cards to get effects, basically. Which kind of simulates the fact that in Legend of Zelda games you have a huge inventory, and so you get more stuff in your hand to use up, right? So, for example, we have another example. We have Super Plumber Brothers, all right? This is like, the back of the cards and everything. So the cards in this one, so each of these cards has has an effect called Thwomp, play. Basically, if the card to the left of this card had a lower star number, then you flip that other card and you gain 10 tournament points, basically. So basically it's like you thwomp, you kind of flip over the previous card to get points, essentially. So we have Broigi. Marvio. The deck box is Infinite One-Up Chain. So in the Mario games, you kind of if you work things out right, you can kind of get an infinite one-up combo, using a shell and stuff like that. Yossi Barkley. Andy Conga. Fig Shiitake, like Princess Peach or Princess Toadstool, but it's like mushroom names. And Jowser. So that's like the Mario one, and there are a bunch. There are some that make fun of fantasy. There are fantasy tropes. There are ones that make fun of space and other anime tropes and things like that. I know there's one that makes fun. There's one that kind of parodies Warhammer 40k and that kind of grimdark stuff. One that parodies kids shows. One that parodies board games. All kinds of things. And then there are also, you can play this game solo, by the way. There's a boss mode, essentially, where you go against a particularly powerful deck. There are also things like venues. Each character has their own mechanics and their own set of cards and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot to this game, and I love it. It's just it's every the main audience for this game is are those people who used to play collectible card games or still do, and maybe they're more into board games now because it's not as expensive or it's not as like costly or time intensive, basically. So, which that's kind of me actually. I used to play trading card games more regularly, but now I don't. But this game is perfect for someone like me because, you know, I love that kind of stuff. That is Millennium Blades, and there's also like a little mini game as well that kind of simulates a pro tour essentially. But yeah, and I'm able to somehow fit all of that into this large box. So, those are my collectible card game things. I have a lot of board games as well, but I'm not gonna bring those out. That would take too long. I have a lot of classics, like your Monopoly, your Clue, your Scrabble. I should say my wife and I have, and also we have we have Betrayal House on the Hill, we have Star Realms, we have all kinds of games. There's I also have a board game that by the way, the people who made this, the publisher of Millennium Blades is Level 99 Games. They do a really good job of taking like video game and other game mechanics and putting them into a board game format. I'm going to show you one more game actually. Hold on. Alright. So this is another game by Level 99 Games. I've entered the mysterious right door. This is another game by Level 99 Games. It's called Bullet. So you know the sort of like the shoot 'em up game, the shoot 'em up genre, right? Toho project. You see aspects of it in Undertale. The sort of top down, like you move around, you try to dodge bullets, that kind of thing. That's what this board game's all about. Except it kind of leans more into that anime girl Toho project kind of stuff. So this also has some cool lore, and you basically play as one of these heroines. And each of these heroines has her own like sort of backstory and why. So you have the one obsessed with triangles. You have the music composer and conductor. You have the Russian military girl who can control gravity. You have the Chinese woman who is very tech savvy. The American girl who can make origami come to life. Japanese yakuza girl with a baseball bat. And let's see, Serbian like bounty hunter, and Korean ghostly girl in a wheelchair. So essentially, this is a sort of like real-time puzzle game where you have these boards, and you take these bullets. Normally the bullets in this game are kind of like little cardboard tokens, but I got a deluxe version which has these wooden tokens. And you basically try to create patterns with the bullets, and when you create those patterns, you're able to clear the bullets and send them to your opponent. So, yeah, just Level 99 Games is really clever and creative in kind of turning some game genres into board game format, essentially. And there are other games of theirs that I plan on getting. Like there's another expansion to Bullet that I'll be getting sometime in the near future, hopefully. But yeah. There you go. I've showed all my Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, whatever. One can soon we'll get Brawlhalla, the board game. I think that would be kind of cool. The question is though, like what kind of actually Level 99 Games they've also made a couple of games that simulate fighting games. not platform fighting games, but like the Street Fighter, like, you know, one-on-one kind of thing, where you kind of like, you know, shift around on one axis kind of thing. But like you try to time your moves well. So one of their games is called BattleCon, and the other one is called Exceed. And they're going to be releasing another one called Sakura Arms, which they didn't invent, but they're in charge of the English release of it. So I'm really excited for Sakura Arms. That's like a Japanese. It's a Japanese style fighting card game. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other nerdy stuff that I have. I have so many Dungeons and Dragons books. I have other tabletop role playing games books. Maybe I can devote another stream to that at some point. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed this. It was kind of impromptu, but you know, I enjoy sharing this kind of stuff with people. I consider myself quite lucky to be in a position to kind of like get to collect these kinds of things. And also, to be fair, I am older. Late 20s, early 30s is my age range, and so I'm more in a position. I'm definitely the kind of person who's into like nerd culture and like gaming. And also into the sort of like 90s, early 2000s nostalgia type stuff. So I'm definitely the kind of person who gets into some of that stuff. And yeah, there you go. I guess if there's nothing else to share, sorry. I think since I already have it in this room, I can share one final thing. So, I like Legend of Zelda, and I like lore. So naturally, I got these 3 books. Hyrule Historia, Encyclopedia, Art and Artifacts. So the 3 big, like, Legend of Zelda lore books. I don't have the Breath of the Wild one. I'm maybe someday or whatever. But, yeah, just, like, the cool, like, lore books that has, like, all the information you could ever want of like all the Zelda games up to the time of publication. I don't think I think these all came before Breath of the Wild, or maybe one of them came like around when Breath of the Wild was released. But like, you know, you got timeline stuff. You got art, you know, development stuff. So yeah, I'm a huge nerd. To be fair, my wife is a huge nerd of other things, along with Diamond Lore Master. Yeah. I haven't really made any, like, Legend of Zelda lore content. Well, I did do a presentation at one point about Legend of Zelda linguistics. I might turn that into a video at some point. But I haven't done it really any, like, Legend of Zelda lore content because there are already a bunch of people doing that. And I haven't yet really, apart from the linguistics thing, which I think like I said, I'll probably make a video of that sometime, maybe in the near future. There hasn't really been anything that I could think of that was really that unique. I'm just a big Zelda fan, so yeah, my wife is really into stuff like Doctor Who. I mean, she likes Legend of Zelda to some degree. She's been loving Breath of the Wild. She also loves Fire Emblem Three Houses. We both love Star Wars. We both love Marvel. Well, some aspects of Marvel. My wife especially loves Firefly. She has like some of the definitive like Firefly materials. The TV show Firefly. Yeah. And obviously we're both into Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah, we are both huge nerds in our own way. But yeah, this stream has gone on for almost 3 hours. I guess I'm a little tired. I think I'll take a bit of a break. And from all of this has been very fun now. Even with only the handful of viewers here, which is typical for me, not a problem at all. Always happy to have you guys here. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.